Welcome to my first ever YouTube video. In this video, I will be talking about why Michael Jordan is the GOAT. And in the future, eventually, I'm going to be interviewing players and doing all sorts of stuff. So, let's get started. So, Michael Jordan was drafted in 1984. And, he was averaging 28 points off the jump. And he was insane. Insane. He was, already, the best player in the league. But he didn't have a good team. So for the next couple of years, he just spent his years just carrying a trash team. So eventually he got a partner, and his name is Scottie Pippen, another legend. And Scottie Pippen was a great player, and he was Jordan's sidekick, and he was a good sidekick. They were probably one of the greatest duos of all time. And in 1991, Michael Jordan won his first ever championship. In 1992, he followed on another. In 1993, he followed on another three-peat. But then, tragically, out of nowhere, Michael Jordan's dad was murdered. So then he retired for a year and a half to go play baseball. And when he came back, he didn't win another championship until they added Dennis Rodman. And the Bulls were a great team. They had Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, and other great role players like B.J. Armstrong, Tony Kukoc, guys like that. And so in 1996, they set off a record at the time, 72-10. And in the playoffs, it was easy. They went to the finals, won it, and so Michael Jordan had a great team that year. Probably the best at the time. And then in 1997, he won it again, and in 1998, he won it again. Then he retired. And then he came back for 2 more years to play with Washington. But the real things that I'm talking about is that when Michael Jordan entered the league, he was a star. And for the next few years, he dominated. But there's a guy named Len Bias who was supposed to be better than MJ. But 2 days before he even played an NBA game, he died. And Michael Jordan, he didn't have the players who was going to be better than him. And when he won his first championship, all the guys from the 80s were retired. And there wasn't much star power around the league. And for the next couple of years, it wasn't the best. There wasn't a lot of stars. There were stars still, but none of the teams were as good as Jordan's Bulls. It was mostly carrying a terrible team from Patrick Ewing or Karl Malone and John Stockton. But Jordan actually had a good team. The second best player in the NBA, basically, and then a good supporting cast. And then him, the best player on the team. And he also had Phil Jackson with him. So that's pretty much why Michael Jordan is the GOAT. But you can see Michael Jordan is a great player. He's 10th, 6th in all-time scoring points. He's won 6 finals MVPs, 5 MVPs, 1 Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah, so he was the best player in the league with the best supporting cast, and in a time and era where there weren't many stars, and Jordan played against not the hardest competitors. Well, yeah, the Jazz, they were pretty strong, but they weren't as good as Jordan was. So Michael Jordan, well, his legacy is, well, probably, I'm not gonna make a whole argue about it, but he's one of the greatest players of all time. I'm not saying he's the greatest, because there's some people who are gonna be like, what? So yeah, he's one of the greatest of all time. So he cemented himself as a very good player. He averaged like 37 one point in his career. He was the best in the league for 90% of his career. And so, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. But Michael Jordan still remains as one of the best players ever, if not the best player ever. So that's pretty much all I have to say. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.